Poetry's disfiguration of language on the page itself discomposes the reading face. Eating, choking on face. Caroline Bergvall's verses savage the word in the virtual mouth of a mute reader. Amplify the corporal hum and rupture a notch further with accents, shibboleths, parsley, perihil, faultfully rolled R's, rowling hills that manifest errancies of individual drawl or hesitation, stutter as part of translational drive. As I compose this, a ruckus of matters indices, potential lewd puns and suggestive asides available to me in nouns, in verbs, and in figurative language highlights the fallacy of my inherited sense of the removal of flesh from text and vice versa, though equally inflected by the refrains of Connect 4 commercials in Greece, or the way English sits in the mouth of second-generation Italian kitchen sink orators who were raised among Bronx Yiddishisms too. My education in poetry was for a while impounded in a policing of the generic spheres. Then about a decade ago, in searching for Italian writers who reflected the ruckus of their late-coming nationhood from the other side of the Atlantic, I came upon the poetic stanzas of Amelia Rosselli, born into exile from Italian fascism in Paris, 1930, the daughter of an assassinated hero of the resistance, forced to move to London with her mother, grandmother, brother, and cousins until the Blitz, to cross the Atlantic under threat of Axis submarines, finally to end up in Larchmont, New York, where she would stay more or less through high school before moving back to post-fascist Rome via London and Florence. This amalgamated upbringing led the young writer and musician to a performative solution for composing a coherent idiolect. She would construct metrical spaces on pages to contain the clamor of battling tongues. A stanza or room imagined as a cube or square that would receive all possible imaginable rhythms and sonic, logical, and associative experience that was that of all peoples and reflectable in all languages. The metrical space would be replenished at high speed at the typewriter, allowing the poet to be living the poem without writing it and mentally and emotionally filming each reality around me, as she wrote. It would grant the poem a certain objectivity, a kind of collective status where even the I is, as she asserted, the public, where the I is things, where the I is the things that happen. The cube form is both piazza, public square, and prison, embrace and Roman Catholic oppression. So I'm going to read from one of these cube forms now, though you can't see it. Response. Contrast between the wounds and the machine a dove ranged, but I lost myself in seeking stock doves. Without delay I convoked, no, I commenced by drinking, and the lemon divided this time in equal parts, bloated in the night vase full of tea. The pillow coarse as you do not sleep, rosette on the pantyhose holder, breast pump, bottlenecks of difficulties. To be in the hands of God I joined hands, the stabs eased by a pressure civic, interior. Either a god or a shade, it was all the same for her who seeks sleep. Revoltment in the jungles of St. Peter stones or lucid waters and fresh shades. The feed of our fowl is habitual. You do not laugh if they shoot at you. I willed to try the full and extracted strict measures